Right now, Sean Diddy Combs remains in a federal jail in Brooklyn after a judge refused to release him ahead of sentencing.
Yesterday, a jury handed down a mixed verdict in his sex crimes trial, convicting him on 2 prostitution-related charges, but he was acquitted of the most serious charges.
So now he is waiting on a sentencing hearing. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles has spent weeks covering this case in federal court. She's now in the newsroom. Darla, what happens next for Combs?
Well, lawyers for Sean Combs are calling the verdict a victory, even though their client, as you said, is still behind bars today. The defense team shifting its focus to fighting for his release. Sean Diddy Combs waking up at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and not at one of his multi-million-dollar estates, after being denied bail following the split verdict in his federal criminal trial. Judge Arun Subramanian saying Combs has a propensity for violence, quoting the defense saying, "You full-throatedly in your closing argument told the jury that there was violence here and domestic violence is violence." Also citing the violence seen in this 2016 video of Combs kicking and dragging his girlfriend at the time, Cassie Ventura, as a big reason for his decision to keep Combs in jail until his sentencing. Jurors acquitting the hip-hop mogul of the most serious charges he faced, racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking, but finding him guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution with Ventura and an ex-girlfriend testifying under the name Jane.
It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. They listened to every word and they got the situation right, or certainly right enough.
Combs appearing agitated in court during the bail hearing, a contrast from earlier Wednesday, after abruptly dropping to his knees after the verdict was read. His children celebrating in the streets, with a life prison sentence no longer looming over their father's head. Federal prosecutors thanking the women who came forward, like Ventura, saying, "Prosecuting sex crimes requires brave victims to come forward and tell their harrowing stories. We and our law enforcement partners recognize the hardship victims endure."
Obviously, she would be a lot happier if the jury had convicted on that, but she's at peace with the verdict.
Now, Combs faces as much as 20 years in prison for those 2 counts that he was found guilty on, but he will likely face less when he's sentenced later on this year. Yesterday, Judge Arun Subramanian agreeing to move that date up from October when it was originally scheduled, but the new date has not yet been revealed.